The fake rich kid. This is the one nobody admits to being, mostly because admitting it completely defeats the purpose. The fake rich kid isn't actually wealthy. They're renting the appearance of wealth, one carefully selected item at a time. One designer bag carried into every photo, regardless of what else is happening in the frame. One pair of expensive sneakers worn to literally every occasion, including situations where those shoes have absolutely no business being. A hotel lobby photo taken without booking a room anywhere above the ground floor. The entire operation runs on selective framing and the hope that nobody looks too closely at anything outside the shot. Here's what makes this type genuinely fascinating. The skill involved isn't deception, it's curation. And in a world where perception travels faster than reality, a well-curated feed and an actually wealthy one are completely indistinguishable to 90% of the people watching. The pressure cooker kid. This one flips the entire rich kids have it easy assumption completely upside down. The pressure cooker kid grows up with every financial advantage imaginable, private tutors, the best schools, zero money stress, and somehow still has the least freedom of anyone on this list. Every grade arrives preloaded with expectation, every career choice comes with a family opinion attached, every life decision is quietly evaluated against whether it fits the legacy or embarrasses it. Going off script doesn't feel like personal freedom, it feels like betraying 3 generations of people who aren't even in the room. From the outside, this looks like the easiest life available. From the inside, it can feel like the most controlled one, where even the wins belong to the family name before they belong to the person who earned them. The Nepo baby. 2 words, possibly the most accurate 2-word summary the internet has ever produced. A Nepo baby benefits directly from a parent's fame, connections, or industry access, usually in the form of an audition, an introduction, or a first opportunity that nobody outside the family tree was ever going to be invited to. This shows up most visibly in film, music, and fashion, where the children of famous parents land roles and record deals that outsiders spend an entire decade chasing without getting a single callback. Nepo babies will argue their own talent got them there. The internet will pull up the family tree within 4 minutes and locate the exact phone call that got made. Here's the genuinely uncomfortable part. Some of them actually are talented, which only makes it more frustrating for everyone else, because now you cannot even be properly angry about it. The trust fund kid. The trust fund kid receives steady income from a financial structure their family built before they were old enough to have an opinion about it, often without ever needing a traditional job, or honestly any sustained responsibility at all. Some trusts release money at specific ages for specific purposes, like education or housing. Others appear to release it primarily for travel. Some trust fund kids use the financial safety net wisely, taking risks, starting companies, building things without the pressure of failure destroying their entire life. Others exist in a kind of permanent, comfortable holding pattern where accountability never quite arrives. The most honest description of a trust fund is this: it is winning a lottery you did not know you were entered, set up by people who genuinely believed they were doing the right thing. The new money kid. New money kids come from families whose wealth was built recently, within their own parents' lifetime, through business, technology, sports, or entertainment. And unlike what's coming up next on this list, new money is absolutely thrilled to be seen, and will make completely sure that everyone in the vicinity sees it too. Newer mansions, faster cars, designer logos large enough to identify from a reasonable distance. New money families didn't grow up wealthy, so they celebrate success loudly rather than pretend it doesn't exist, which critics call flashy and defenders call the entirely logical result of working extremely hard and then actually enjoying what that produced. New money kids didn't receive an old unwritten rulebook about how wealth is supposed to look, so they wrote their own. It is considerably louder and significantly less apologetic. The old money kid. The complete opposite. Some rich kids want the world to know exactly how wealthy they are. Old money kids would genuinely prefer you didn't notice at all. Their wealth was built generations ago, through land, family businesses, or investments that have been quietly compounding since before anyone currently alive was born. The unofficial family motto is to never discuss it. No visible logos, no new cars, nothing that could be interpreted as showing off, because to an old money family, looking rich is essentially a personality flaw. They wear plain, well-made clothing that somehow still costs more than most monthly rent payments. They attend schools with more history than most countries, and the homes are old estates passed down through generations, never newly built, because building a new one would mean admitting the money itself is new. The internet now calls this stealth wealth. Old money families have been practicing it for a century without needing a name for it.
The influencer heir, a newer category that didn't exist before social media created a market for it. Influencer heirs are children of already wealthy or famous parents who built their own following simply by documenting a lifestyle most people will never access firsthand. Unlike Nepo babies in film or music, influencer heirs often require no specific traditional talent because the content itself is the wealth. Private jets, shopping trips, behind-the-scenes access to a life that exists entirely outside normal experience. This grew rapidly through reality television families and keeps expanding because platforms consistently reward personal lifestyle content over almost everything else. Critics argue it turns inherited privilege into entertainment. Millions of viewers watch it anyway, which is ultimately the only argument that matters to the algorithm. The self-made heir, often the most respected version of a rich kid, born into wealth but choosing to build something independently rather than simply living inside the family name. This includes wealthy kids who start their own businesses from scratch, take demanding entry-level jobs at companies their family doesn't own, or work their way up inside the family company instead of arriving directly at the corner office. Some deliberately avoid using their family name early on, just to prove the result is genuinely theirs. Others openly use family resources as a head start, but still do the actual work of growing something further. The honest tension? Outsiders rarely call these people fully self-made, but they're given significantly more credit than someone who has never once opened a spreadsheet and still receives a monthly deposit. The boarding school kid. Sent away from home, sometimes as young as 11 or 12, to live full-time at an institution that has been running longer than most governments. Boarding school kids gain something most of their peers don't develop until college: genuine independence early. They learn to navigate their own problems, manage their own schedules, and function without a parent available to fix anything. Usually right around the same age their friends are still figuring out basic household routines. What boarding school also produces, quietly and reliably, is a network. Alumni connections that stretch across industries and decades, built on shared experience and shared suffering in the same dining hall. The education is elite, the loneliness is real, and the network quietly outlasts both. The family business kid. This one grows up watching their parents run something, a restaurant chain, a manufacturing company, a sprawling corporation, and is usually expected to join it eventually, whether that expectation was ever discussed out loud or not. Unlike the trust fund kid who simply receives money, the family business kid is often put to work early. Entry-level roles, real responsibilities, learning the operation from the bottom before anyone considers moving them up. Family dinners regularly become unofficial board meetings where someone brings up quarterly numbers before dessert arrives and nobody finishes their food. The tension underneath all of it: some of these kids are genuinely hard-working and earn every promotion they receive. Others arrive at management positions with job titles their actual experience hasn't quite caught up to yet. The difference matters enormously. The family name rarely makes it obvious which one is which. 10 types, one world. Which one did you grow up around? Drop it below.